What is going on, guys? Today Apple held their keynote at the Flint Center in Cupertino, California. They just announced a whole bunch of stuff, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now this is going to be a pretty long video. They announced quite a bit today, and I'm going to try to do this without having any cuts. I'm just going to record, talk about it. I'm going to go down the live stream that they had. They had the live, you could watch the stream on the internet, which was horrible. I'll get into that in a second. And they also have where what they announced going down a list like a live blog. So I'm going to try to just go by that. I'm not going to do any cuts. I'm just going to go straight for it. And then I'm going to overlay some pictures into it. So bear with me, guys. It's probably going to be a long video. Now, like I said, the Apple live stream was horrible. At the beginning, it was all frozen. It wasn't even coming on. Everybody was getting black screens or access denied. Even the apple.com website just wouldn't even pull up for some users. And it happened to me. I had to keep refreshing. It worked, and then it just completely went off for the iPhone, the iPad, or Safari on the internet. I don't know what was going on with it. They just had some problems. And then when one guy was talking, there's a Chinese woman talking, and you just couldn't understand what was going on. There was just too much going on. So I just ended up not watching it for the first couple minutes until they got everything situated and then brought it in there. So let's go ahead and jump right into it now. So if you didn't know, they did it at the Flint Center this time, which is where in 1998 Steve introduced iMac at the Flint Center, so they went ahead and did that there. Now, 10 minutes into the show, they had already announced the iPhone 6. Yes, the iPhone 6 has been announced. The rumors were true. It's going to be two versions, like the rumors said. iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. It's the best iPhones we've ever made, says Tim Cook. So it's got a seamless design. It's really thin. They feature a new Retina HD display. The iPhone 6 is a 4.7 inch display, and the iPhone 6 Plus is a 5.5 inch display. The iPhone 6 has a resolution of 1334 by 750 with 326 pixels per inch for more 720p Retina HD display. The iPhone 6 Plus has a resolution of 1920 by 1080 with 401 pixels per inch. That's full 1080p HD resolution. Phil Schuyler, or however you say his name, came on the stage and was talking about the iPhone 6. The iPhone 5S was 7.6 millimeters thin. The iPhone 6 is now 6.9 millimeters thin, and the iPhone 6 Plus is 7.1 millimeters thin. So that is really, really thin. iPhone 6 has over 1 million pixels, and the iPhone 6 Plus has over 2 million pixels. That's a lot of pixels. With this and the new iOS 8, they have some new landscape views. So if you hold your phone out, you can get a full display of the weather app. You get to see more about the week in a view. If you're looking at email or text messages, you get to see who you've been texting along with the message and not just the message like you have previously. You can also now have a landscape home screen, so all your apps will be facing down instead of like this previously. So we got a little video showing off the iPhone 6. There's a lot more than just a larger display. It's 50 times faster, and the graphics are 84 times faster. iPhone 6 is up to 50% more energy efficient. The A8 processor, which we knew was going to happen, is able to sustain performance intense tasks like playing a game at higher frame rates. So I think they got like a 3D gaming experience now with it. Not really sure on that. But they showed off some kind of game. The M8 processor continuously measures motion data from the accelerometer, gyroscope, and compass. So that's pretty cool. iPhone 6 has a barometer that senses air pressure to measure relative elevation. So if you're climbing up the stairs, it can track that and tell you that you've climbed 11 flights of stairs or whatever. It's great for fitness. The health app, they showed off that a little more in depth than they did in the previous videos about iOS 8. iPhone 6 has a faster LTE than the iPhone 5S. It's got more LTE bands than any smartphone out there for better roaming. It supports over 200 LTE carriers around the world. It also supports voice over LTE. It's a wideband audio for voice that sounds amazingly crisp and clear. The iSight camera, which was already incredible, is not even better. They've got a few different sensors. It's still an 8 megapixel iSight camera, which is kind of weird they didn't go up from there. But it's got better pixels, better 2.2 aperture, and an all new sensor that's going to make it even better. Autofocusing is going to be a lot better on there as well. I know I'm jumping around, but everything's just mumbled around, so that's why I'm just going from an iPhone to the camera and stuff like that. Wi-Fi calling is a new thing. Right now it's going to be just with T-Mobile, but I think they're going to be expanding that later on. But it's better. It's for using higher quality calls when cell connections are poor, and faster Wi-Fi speeds and stuff like that. And with the camera, better autofocus and stuff, new software improvements. And then they show out some pictures. It also is better on detecting faces, smiles and blinks and stuff. It recommends the best picture. Stuff that the Galaxies do on Samsung. They've made some advances in video. They have now a slow-mo video, like they did slow-mo pictures on the iPhone 5S. So it's at 120 frames per second or 240 frames per second, and that's really slow and really cool. FaceTime HD cameras has an all-new sensor and larger 2.2 aperture like the back, and over 80% more light. The iPhone 6 has improved face detection for selfies and group selfies, so you can get your duck face on. That's what this article says. With burst selfies, there's more view to choose from, and a single shot HDR photo from the front, so that's really cool. You can add voice, video, and location to any message with the iOS 8 when that comes out, which we'll get onto that in a second. The predictive keyboard, we also saw that on the iOS 8 release or announcement. It helps you have a conversation with people and answer accordingly without having to type everything in. The new health kit gives you detailed look at your health and fitness, and notification extensions are a lot better. Touch ID lets you securely and easily access content in other apps. There's so much more. They've made some new cases and stuff like that. So the iPhone 6 starts at $199 with a 2-year contract for 16 gig. For 64 gig is $299, and for 128 gigabyte, which they did announce, it's going to be $399, which is not bad at all. The iPhone 6, on the other hand, it's going to be $299 for 16 gig, 64 for $399, and $499 for the 128 gigabyte, which I guess when you really think about it, it's not too bad on contract. Definitely 128 gigabyte is for $499. That's a lot. I'm gonna have to get it off contract, so I'm not sure how much that's gonna be. I'm probably gonna go with the iPhone 6. Again, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do it because I'm gonna have to buy it off contract. So I just have to see how that goes. So with that move, the iPhone 5C is now free. iPhone 5S is now $99 and starts at $199 for the iPhone 6, and the iPhone 6 Plus starts at $299. It's going to be available September 19th in the United States, Canada, UK, France, Germany, Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Japan, and more after later on down the road. Pre-orders start September 12th, so make sure you stay tuned and get your pre-orders in if you want to get one. iOS 8 will be compatible with the iPhone 4S, 5, 5C, 5S, iPhone or iPod 5th, iPad 2, iPad with Retina, iPad Air, iPad Mini with Retina display. It's a free download, of course, for September 17th. You know what? I just realized they didn't talk about Yosemite for the Mac. I wonder if it's going to come out the same day as iOS 8. I don't think anybody thought about that because they didn't announce that. But we might get another event in October for the Macs and the iPads. So they may announce that there. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, they just showed some videos on the iPhones and iOS 8. And then they want to take over your wallet now. They want to get rid of the wallet and put everything on your phone. So they're talking about how credit card and debit cards have exposed account numbers and stuff like that. So they want to talk about Apple Pay. Apple Pay is now combines seamlessly integrated hardware, software, and services in a way only Apple can do it. Sorry, I'm trying to talk fast to make this video not so long. Everything you need for Apple Pay is built into the iPhone 6. It's got a new NFC antenna on the top of the iPhone 6, and it uses the security of Touch ID and the secure of Apple. To add a different card, you just use your iSight camera and take a picture of your card. It gets on there. You can add any card from your iTunes account. You pay with a simple touch of your finger using Touch ID. When you add a card to Passbook, its numbers are never stored or shared on your device or Apple services. Every transaction is authorized with a one-time unique number. It says it's more secure than ever. Apple doesn't know what you bought, where you bought it, or how much you paid for it. Cashiers don't even know your name, their card number, or your security code. Apple Pay is starting in the U.S. and it's working with American Express, MasterCard, and Visa, and probably more in the future. Apple Pay works with top bank issuers that handle 83% of the credit card purchase. So like Navy, Federal, Citibank, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, Chase, Capital One, American Express, all those will be able to use. And you can use this on places like Macy's, Panera, Sephora, McDonald's, Walgreens, Nike, Disney, Babies R Us, Subway, Staples, and of course Apple stores. You'll just go to this place. I'll use my iPhone instead of my Galaxy. Just go up to the little computer thing and touch your Touch ID, and you paid for your item. So it's going to make things faster. One-touch checkout, no card number entry. You don't need to type in your address or your shipping or billing or card information. Every time it's already stored in there. It's coming with the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. It'll be available in October 2014 and only in the US for right now. So then that was at around 2 o'clock or 11 o'clock Cupertino time. And Tim Cook came back on the stage and he says one more thing. We've heard this quote before. We haven't heard one of those in years, and it felt good to hear that. Introducing the Apple Watch. Rumors were true. Not called the iWatch, but it's called the Apple Watch. And they announced 3 different kinds, and we'll get into that in just a second. So it's the most personal device we've ever created. That was a quote by Tim Cook. So you know on a watch, the little twist thing where you change the time and stuff, they're going to be calling that the digital crown, and you'll be using that to either scroll down or zoom in depending on what you're using it for. It introduced multi-touch, and they talked about that and showed a video. It's got a flexible retina display, infrared and visible lights along with photo sensors to detect your pulse rate and other stuff. So basically it was a given. We had to have that so we could get that information from your wrist, your pulse and your heart rate and stuff to the iPhone for that Health Kit app, which we knew was going to happen. Apple Watch is much about your self-expression as it is utility. It's crafted at the finest materials. So they made another video. Kevin Lynch came on and talked about it a little bit more and showed us some of the apps. To get to your apps, you would just press that little digital crown and then scroll into the apps. So they got leather, metal, and plastic bands that they have where you can receive and send text messages using voice dictation and stuff like that. You can actually draw on there, sketch a little drawing, and send it to people, and they can draw something back and send it to you. It's just another way of communicating. You can use the maps for walking or driving. It'll use haptic feedback, let you know to turn left, turn right, or whatever, and guides you through basically. And let's see, it just really is good for fitness and stuff like that. You can track your progress over time. Just about the workout apps. So they're gonna have 3 editions: the Watch, Watch Sport, Apple Watch Edition, 3 different styles. And Apple Watch will start at $349 and be available early next year. It's required that you have an iPhone. It works with the iPhone 5, 5C, 5S, 6, and 6 Plus. So $349, that's kind of expensive, starting out with the basic edition, and then it goes up from there, because one of them is 18 karat gold, so you know that's going to be expensive. It is kind of expensive, and then somebody said, well, Rolex are way more than that, and all you do is look at the time. This, you actually have more. So, I mean, in a way, it's kind of worth it, but if you look at the Samsung Gear watches, they're only $249 or $299. So I would have thought they would have been around that same price point. But then again, Apple does everything better, so that's why. So then to wrap it up, they had YouTube perform, and they gave away the album for free if you're an iTunes customer. The album is free now. And then I tweeted out, what was the big building for? Well, it looks like that big building that they built was for hands-on experience with these devices. So everybody that was in the Flint Center got to go out there and test some of these new devices and really get a hands-on experience with it. So yeah, basically that's it to wrap up this keynote or recap video. iPhone 6, iPhone 6 Plus, 4.7 inch and 5.5 inch. iOS 8 coming in September 17th. Apple Pay is coming, and then Apple Watch. We didn't really hear much about Macs, or at all Macs, or we didn't hear anything about the iPads. We didn't hear about OS Mavericks, but we should see a October event. So again, I'll have links to Apple's website in the description below, and of course I'm going to make videos on this later on, more in detail about just the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus, and then just about the iPhone, or just about the Apple Watch. I want to say iWatch, the Apple Watch. This video, I just wanted to just recap the whole event since it just ended literally 20 minutes ago, or however long this video is. I started right after the event started. As soon as Tim Cook walked off the stage, I started this video. So if you want to see the live blog that I just followed, and the Apple live stream, it'll be on the Apple TV later on, and it's still on the Apple website. You guys can go watch that. But yeah, I'm going to try my best to get the iPhone 6. I probably won't be able to get the iPhone 6 Plus because that'll be expensive off contract. 6 Plus. The iPhone 6 though, a little bit cheaper, so I should be able to get that. It's just a matter of time. The iWatch, definitely not right now. $349 is a lot for the watch. I don't even use my Samsung Gear 2 Neo, whatever I had. I don't even use it, so I just can't see spending that much money on a watch that I don't wear. With my job too, it's just hard. I don't want to break it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about all this stuff that Apple announced. Did you watch the live stream? Did you have trouble? Are you excited for the iPhone 6, iPhone 6 Plus? Which one are you going to get? Do you think $349 for the Apple Watch is expensive? Let me know all your opinions and feedback and all that good stuff in the comments below, guys. I'd like to see what you guys have to say. Follow me on Twitter for more updates about all this stuff. I was recapping a little bit on there, but with all the problems on this stream, I was more trying to follow than I was trying to tweet about it. So but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll have more in-depth detailed videos coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.